Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys about the coaster released at TCC Magic. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for spending some time with me today. So I've been absent, away for a bit from YouTube because I've been really busy with work and shows and performances, because this is in fact the season of the year that we performers in Singapore are the most, busiest, right? At our busiest, and I just really haven't had the time to just sit down and to just really do a proper episode for you guys. But this evening, it's a Sunday evening, I've got some time, so I decided, I better get started on some of these projects, all right, these videos, because otherwise, the products will just keep piling up and I've got no chance to talk about them, right? So on today's episode, I won't be talking about a mentalism release. In fact, I'll be talking about a magic effect, all right? This is called the coaster, all right, that is put out by TCC Magic along with a gentleman named Chou. What this is it's a coin penetration effect, all right, using a coaster, okay, as the name kind of suggests, okay? And I'm going to talk about this just after I give you a quick performance, I think, because that's the best way to kind of give you an idea about what the effect looks like and how it plays out as well. I don't really have like a fixed sequence to perform this effect, because of the nature of the prop itself. It's really open to freestyling and kind of jazzing, right, with your skill set, all right, your preferences for slides, for things that you like to use, and also the kind of sequences as well. It's really up to your own interpretation, okay? So once you understand the prop, you understand the concept, then you're really free to just do whatever you like. So a performance of this effect will go something like this, all right? What I have here is a glass, okay, and along with that, 3 Singapore dollars. Okay, now the coins are quite small, but I do hope the camera can pick it up. Okay, so the idea is really simple. I'm going to take 1, 2, and 3 of the coins, and the idea is to cause the coins to travel one at a time into the glass. Okay, so I'm going to use the first coin. It's coin number 1, 1, 2, 3, just like that, and the first coin travels to the glass. Now, many people would say, well, it's quite easy to sneak the coin to the glass because the top of the glass is kind of, open, right? It's unobstructed. So we'll do it again, but for the second coin, we're going to actually cover the top of the glass with the coaster, just like that, okay? And I'm going to use the 2 remaining coins over here. So that's 1 here and 1 here, and we'll use this one. Okay, so watch the next coin just traveling through the top of the coaster and into the glass, all right, leaving us with 2 coins inside the glass. Okay, and for the final coin, same thing, we're going to cover up the top of the glass with the coaster once again. And the final coin, all right, if you watch it very carefully, we will just cause it to go right through the top of the coaster, and of course that leaves inside the glass all 3 coins. So that is the effect, all right? It's one of the multitude of ways to perform this effect, and well, let's talk about what you get when you purchase the coaster. So the product is available from the TCC website. I will leave the link in the description box down below for you to pick it up if you are interested. It comes in this box, okay? And on the box, in the flap, actually on the lid, you will get access to the tutorial video. Now, it's a very short tutorial video. It runs for under 15 minutes. And on the video itself, you'll be taught about how the prop works, all right, how the coaster itself works. You will also then be taught 2 routines, all right, that will get you started to performing the coaster. Everything is well taught, well shot as well. It's delivered in English, so most of you out there should have no problems whatsoever working your way through the tutorial video. Inside the box, all right, you will get, there's this velvet kind of a pouch, okay, that will allow you to keep the coaster, okay, in just like this, so you can throw it into your performance case like that to protect the coaster. And of course, you will also get the coaster itself. So the coaster, as it appears, it's just a coaster. Okay, it's a circular, all right. It's made of like a wooden frame that goes around, and there are two sides to the prop itself. Okay, now both of the sides actually have a different kind of a material to it. You know, well, one of the sides, the inlay, okay, on this side here, is actually a kind of, I don't know, leathery kind of a material. Okay, I hope that you can pick that up against the light. So that's one of the sides. On the other side, it is actually lined with kind of a velvet felt kind of a material that is, feels close to like a close-up mat. Okay, and well, incidentally, this is actually from TCC as well, the super sponge mat, which I'll probably talk about on the next episode when I review the next item that they've sent me. So yeah, that's the coaster. Really nice looking, all right, elegant looking, simple and nice. Now, the coins that you will use for this effect, well, it's actually mentioned on the website itself. Okay, so I won't go into too much detail as to the kind of coins that you will require. I mean, most of you who are watching this video would probably already kind of suss it out, okay? But you will need a particular kind of coin if you're going to be performing with American half dollars. Okay, it's everyone's favorite coin, right? The half dollars. But you will need one of them in the set that you use to perform has to be a particular type. Okay, the nature of this gaff, I will leave you in your search, all right, to go to the TCC website to have a look at what you require. Now, if you use that particular coin with this coaster, you will be able to use both sides of the coaster. Okay, I think it's fair to say that you'll be able to use both sides of the coaster to perform the routines. If you're going to be using ordinary coins, all right, regular coins like I am using here, these are just regular coins that we use in Singapore. These are the dollars. You will be able to only use one side of the coaster to perform the effects. Okay, now both of these approaches have their pros and cons. Okay, because if you use the gaffed coin, you can use both sides, but you do need to kind of keep track of certain things. All right, especially during your reset as well. If you just use regular coins like I do, like I prefer to actually with this coaster, then you can use any of the coins, but you can only use one side of the coaster. Okay, but for me, that is the compromise that I would rather kind of use or rather take. All right, as opposed to be using, that half dollar that is required for the routine. But well, those are the two options to perform the coaster with. So it's entirely up to you, as to which approach you prefer. The glass itself, well, I don't have the correct glass, okay, to perform this with. In fact, you should be using a kind of a shorter glass, I think like a whiskey glass, all right, I think that would be more suitable. This was the only one I could find at home, okay, so it had to just kind of suffice, okay, for this video, okay, but I think it's better to use a shorter glass because of angles, I think, okay, because if you're going to be performing this in the real world, when you place the coaster on top of the glass, you are probably going to get away with the effect once, all right, and then subsequently, all right, and all of you who perform for real lay people, you will know this to be true, all right. Once the first time the coin goes through, okay, there's an effect there, it's a strong effect. The second time you place the coaster on the top, you will have people just doing these sorts of actions, okay? And if you're not careful, all right, with your audience management, that can be a problem, okay, when it comes to angles, okay? So that is one, audience management, and using a shorter glass as well, right? I think that kind of helps with controlling, whether they are able to kind of peek underneath the coaster or not. Okay, so do bear this in mind when you are, going to be performing this for real people. Something else to consider, I think this is the kind of routine that, has to be performed from start to finish at one go, like uninterrupted. Okay, because again, it's to do with audience management and audience members just kind of challenging you or trying to catch you out, right? Because, well, I'll put it this way, right? The concept that I have in my mind, okay? If you were to take a coin like that, right, and you take the coin and then you make it vanish and you stop there, they are going to immediately shift their attention to the other hand, right? Whereas if you make a coin vanish and you immediately produce it like that, then the question of where the coin went to is not going to be in their mind because you've kind of answered that question already. What I'm trying to say is I think this is a routine where you've got to just perform it at one go from start to finish, you know, and just keep them kind of unable to answer a question in their mind as to how did that happen, right? Because once you give them time to start thinking, that's when all that kind of, you know, challenging behaviors will start to kick in, right? Whereas if you just keep your attention, watch the coins, what, boom, that goes in, right? See, we'll do it again, watch, the next coin goes in, and you just, you know, you just bombard them with the whole routine from start to finish. You will have, I think, a smoother performance that is uninterrupted. Now, as to whether this is examinable, I think depending on how you want to get into the routine, you know, everything can be examined before the routine begins. Okay, so you could have them, I don't know, have a look at this. There's nothing to find. It's just a coaster basically, and the glass can be borrowed, and you can have these 3 coins on you as well. If you're using ordinary coins, there's really nothing much to inspect. If you could borrow these $3, even better, all right, because then they will know that these coins are just legit stuff, right? I mean, it came from their pocket, so it's real. So depending on how you want to get into the routine, everything can be examined before, but everything can be examined at the end of the routine. Okay, so once you've you know, caused the last coin to penetrate, everything can be left on the table and examined in a controlled way. Okay, in a controlled way, because you don't want them, how should I say this, trying the effect for themselves. Okay, and fiddling around too much with the props. Okay, otherwise, I do believe with too much examination, they will kind of discover a property about things that they shouldn't really be looking at. But yeah, you know, at the end of the routine, once there are 2 coins in the glass, you take the coaster, you put it on the top, and then you take the last and final coin, and then you make it penetrate the coaster. And then at this point, you know, they can have a look at the coins, a look at the glass, and the coaster as well. Okay, so yeah, the coaster is examinable. But yeah, you know, all in, you know, I think it's a really practical prop, you know, and I see this more of as a kind of proper kind of a show piece, you know, as opposed to it being something that is off the cuff, you know, like your EDC, you know, that sort of a thing. If you're performing this in a bar, you know, or on a table, well, this is the only coaster that's going to be looking like that, right? So you couldn't really have it to be like an incidental thing, you know, so it's going to be one of those kind of proper setup kind of a things, right? You know, you place a coaster down and then you have 3 coins, and you know, in a formal close-up kind of an environment, I think this would play really well. But that's not to say it can't be used you know, casually. I think it will work as well. You just need to kind of work in the existence of this particular coaster. Alright, but I'd like to thank TCC for very kindly sending me a set of the coaster for me to have a look at, for me to play around with and get a feel for it as well, and to chat about it with you guys on this show. So if you'd like to pick up a copy of the coaster for yourselves, I will leave the link in the description box down below. On the next episode, I will also be talking about another coin item that TCC has sent to me, and I'll be chatting a bit about this close-up mat as well, which I did get to use at a recent close-up show that I just did really recently. Okay, so till that episode, do stay safe, take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic and your mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.